Welcome to Math with Wong. Today we're going to look at number 6 of the May 2024 paper 2. So as you can see, this is a linear regression question. Part A of the question, you're asked to find the R value. So if you're using a TI-84 plus, then you need to make sure you turn on diagnostic. So that's second catalog or 0. Make sure you scroll down to diagnostic on. Press enter so that the screen will say done. Right? That is telling the calculator that you want the R value. How do you enter data? Stat, edit, or enter. Right? You put test A in L1 and you put test B in L2. Right. Then you're gonna do your second, stat cal 4. That's your linear regression, and going through the work, you should be able to find the R value. So the R value, make sure you round off to 3 sig fig, should be 0.901, right? Round off to 3 sig fig. That's part A. Okay, part B of the question. Giovanni was absent for test A and Paolo was absent for test B. The teacher used the regression line of Y on X to estimate the missing scores. Paolo scored a 10 on test A. Using the line of best fit, the teacher estimated the score to be 27. Give a reason why this method is not appropriate. So it's not appropriate. Well, you have to take a look at the data point. The lowest mark is 52, and the highest mark is 100 for test A. And Giovanni wrote test A. Paolo scored 10 on test A. Well, 10 is not within that of the range, right? So IB need you to say that, well, it's not reliable or appropriate because it is extrapolation, right? Anything outside of the data is extrapolation, and that's what they're looking for here. Right? You see how your data goes from 52 to 100, you have a 10. Well, 10 is way below. We're not going to be using that. Continue on. Giovanni scored a 90 on this test B. And you say, okay, well, is 90 within the range? Yes, it is. The teacher estimates his score on test A is going to be 87 using the formula. Give a reason why this method is not appropriate. You say, oh, why? Well, you see, you are given test B score, and you're asked to estimate test A score. So basically, what you're doing here is you're given Y, and you're trying to solve for X. Well, in that scenario, we should not be using the line of best fit where Y is equal to mx plus b. This is Y on X. We shouldn't be using that. But instead, what you should is you should do X on Y. Or in this case, make your X to be your L2 and your Y be your L1. So when you do your linear regression again, make sure you change your X list and your Y list, switch them, and you will be able to find a new regression line. So the new regression line should be, if we round it up to 3 sig fig, X is equal to 0.987Y minus 3.22. So now I have the regression line of X on Y. I can sub in the Y value, which is your test B score, 90, and I can solve for the X value. And I want to round it off to the nearest integer. So 0.987 times the 90 minus 3.22. And you're going to round it off to, well, it says to show that the answer is 86, right? So I'm getting 85.62, which I'm going to round off to 86 to the nearest integer. Okay, so this is a linear regression question. You're expected to be able to find the R value, making sure you know how to enter the data into the graphing calculator, turning on diagnostic on, doing your linear regression, finding the R value, round off to 3 sig fig, understanding the idea of interpolation, extrapolation, understanding Y on X and X on Y, and making sure you know how to round off to the nearest integer. Okay, so that is number 6 on the exam. Thank you for watching.